Hello everyone and welcome back to Ro16's Beginner Brawl. Bringing to you today, we have breezyisacat versus Zenoc. And we're going to get right into our picks and bans. We have breezyisacat.
I believe Zenoc is picking first and banning second. So Breeze is just doing the other way around, banning first. It looks like Breezy did ban the hidden 2. Meanwhile, Zenoc is banning the DT3. So
Oh, and Zenoc goes for the hidden 1 there.
I guess you can sort of infer that if your opponent bans the hidden 2, they're probably not the most comfortable at hidden. So, it makes sense. Also, just relatively speaking, hidden 1 has so far been a pretty popular pick. I think it's been making its appearance in almost every match so far. Anyways, we'll just get right into it for the first map of the round of this match. Early misses from both players, just trying to get adjusted to that hidden. It's a little bit of chaos here, both players getting some combo, getting some misses. It's a little bit even though, it looks like Zenoc is going to recover first.
Yeah, Breezy definitely looking a little less comfortable on the hidden here. Making sense after having banned hidden 2, but it doesn't look too bad. They seem just a little behind so far, and Zenoc's gonna have to work hard if they want to take this point.
Yeah, that is another miss for Breezy, so they are gonna need to really start building a combo now to have a chance of bringing down that lead. That's only if Zenoc gives the opportunity though. He's building up to that max combo now and almost getting to an S rank as well. Looking very poised to now. He does break, but Breezy is still trading and still finding misses here and there, and it's just building this lead here, and it's going to be looking like a very good pick for Zenoc here.
Yeah, holding much higher accuracy and just a huge score lead at this point. I think insurmountable by now, especially as Zenoc continues to build up these combos.
It was looking a little shaky at first, but once he got into the groove, he's just really doing well now, and I would not be surprised when he comes back to his pick if he's going to go for the hidden 3. Breezy does go for the easy 1, even though it's also kind of a reading map. No mod reading and fin reading are definitely different. so especially if you practice with this map, so maybe this is just something that they've practiced a lot and feel like they want to pick.
Yeah, this easy pick makes sense if you're going up against higher seeded opponent. It's one that you can easily flip with a bit of practice. Although we do see an early miss there from Breezy, mispositioning on that back.
Yeah, with this lower AR, sometimes you just have to realize that you need to dash a little bit later than when you catch the node than you expect. Both players hitting, almost hitting that tougher jump section. Meanwhile, Zenoc is still doing very well right now, and
yeah, they're building up a huge score lead. Remember, with easy, the score multiplier is 0.5x, so that score lead of 35,000 will take as long to overturn as a score lead of 70,000, and as it gets a lot higher, it's gonna get to around that insurmountable point I was talking about before, over 100,000 score equivalent right now, at 55,000.
I mean, Breezy's not doing bad, but Zenoc is not giving up anything right now, and it's just very tough to go up against when your opponent is just not going to even miss. And wow, that is going to be a full combo.
That is majorly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Breezy probably felt confident, but Zenoc has clearly been putting the practice as well, and it's very, very good momentum for them so far. Interestingly enough, he goes for the no mod 3 convert, the overall consistency convert. Maybe just feeling like they can save the hidden 3 for later.
Yeah, they didn't look as comfortable on the hidden pick as they could. They still won it quite definitively, but they did come away from it with around 800k, when on a map they're more comfortable on, they could perhaps be a little more consistent and get a score even higher.
Early miss from Breezy. It is, of course, a longer map, so you would hope that very early miss like that wouldn't be the determiner of this map, though sometimes you can never really truly tell how.
Yeah, the map does spike later, but for Breezy's sake, I'm sure he's hoping that this doesn't set the tone of the pick, and has picked up so far from there, but Zenoc with a score lead, as he's had for most of the picks so far.
It is worth noting that it is an early miss, so if Zenoc misses like here, it's a lot more, impact his score much more than Breezy's miss.
Oh, and Breezy goes down there. Now Zenoc gonna run away with a bit of a score lead here. Still on that max combo.
And there's the break, so they can see where they're at.
Here's where it gets a bit harder. Yeah, Breezy goes down on the hyper dashers there.
Yeah, now Zenoc can afford a few misses now because of that from those drops.
And there will
from
be one of
Breezy.
those misses you're talking about. Breezy has to hold on for pretty much the rest of the map if they want a chance. Does hit the cross screen, but so does Zenoc.
Yeah, very impressive from both players. Definitely both of them have put some practice into the map to like anticipate some of the tougher jumps. Zenoc just get caught out there.
Yeah, Breezy does trade it back though, losing perhaps their last chance to take this point.
There's still a little map left, but Zenoc is going to have to find multiple misses here. And I think that seals it. It's going to be the third straight point for Zenoc. Very, very good start for them to this match.
Yeah, 930,000 points right there.
With very little hesitation, Breezy does go for the DT2. The DT2 has also been a pretty popular pick so far, so I think this one should be pretty close. Oh, Breezy having a little early miss from there, probably still trying to adjust to the higher speed, but Zenoc does trade it, so
Yeah, both
it's going
posting
to
a little
be
bit of trouble with the really high speed of this map so far.
it's going to be a small advantage for Breezy, and it's going to see if they can capitalize on that. Zenoc does find another miss, and it looks like Breezy might have found the one crack in Zenoc's play so far.
Yeah, Breezy looking very consistent on this so far. Very walk-focused map, but does have dashes. Ooh, traded misses from both players right there.
Yeah, it's going to favor Breezy. He does have a speed which will allow him to miss at least once, I believe. But just gonna need to hold on if he wants to take his first point in here.
Yeah, Zenoc needs Breezy to miss and needs to hold on for pretty much the rest of the map. Any miss by Zenoc could seal it.
And I think time has run out, and Breezy is going to be securing their first point here. Helping put a stop to the momentum Zenoc has built so far, and now Zenoc is going to have to decide what he wants to do to help bring that momentum back to his favor.
Hidden 3 here. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the swing convert map, it's definitely a good choice for Zenoc here if they want to use their strength to continue racking up those points. It is AR 8.7, so the highest AR of the hiddens in this pool. So maybe Breezy might find a little more comfort here with a slightly higher approach rate.
I'm seeing a lot of early act drops from Breezy. This map proving even more difficult.
Yeah, struggling quite a bit here just to get into the groove. Meanwhile, Zenoc found an early miss, but now he's starting to settle it in, and this is already building a very big lead early on. Breezy's starting to build up a little here, but Zenoc is looking very comfortable now. And it's going to be very tough for Breezy to really claw this back now. Zenoc looking much more comfortable, even more comfortable than the hidden one. Both trading now, but at this point it pretty much solidifies this extremely huge lead for Zenoc, and just going to be holding on a little bit here for their 4th point of the match. And there we go, another 4th point for Zenoc with very solid win on the hidden 3.
Yeah, really decisive win there, and even better score than they had on the hidden 1. Like quite a bit too.
Breezy's wasting no time going for that DT1, doing what they need to do to try to bring this match back into their favor.
Yeah, Zenoc having banned the DT3, seems like they have a small DT weakness. Now, the DT1 is pretty different from the DT2, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, being much more focused on dashes than walks in the inverse of the DT2, but DT worked out well for Breezy before.
Yeah, there's a little bit of control, like sometimes having to stop to make sure you catch all the little droplets, so see how these players handle it. But for Breezy, this is probably going to be one of their best bets to keep this match from going too out of hand here.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a small little act drop for Zenoc, but players both holding on so far. Just gonna come down to whoever gets that first miss. Oh, unfortunately, it's going to be Breezy getting that first miss there. It's going to help build a lead now for Zenoc. Another miss. Zenoc not quite being able to catch all the drop hits confidently, but still holding onto the combo, and that's all that really matters here.
Yeah, halfway to the map here, Zenoc with a distinct lead in score and combo. Yeah, really all the pressure's on Breezy right now. But Zenoc does go down there, so the door is open.
Yeah, it is going to take Breezy holding on and for Zenoc to find another miss to really bring it back to Breezy's side, but there is enough map for that to happen. And there it is, the opportunity for Breezy to... They see the break, he knows he needs to hold. The destiny of this map is in his hands.
Yeah, Zenoc's still with the score lead, but it's closing. Breezy almost missing there, but holds on, has the score lead now with this big combo. A miss could still be devastating as Zenoc has some combo of their own, but the map's coming to a close right here. That's going to be Breezy taking a second point.
Yeah, holding on just right at the end to take the lead back and keep this match within distance.
Look at those scores. 2 misses from both players, and over 900k both sides. So strong on that. Really exciting to watch that point. And really impressive too.
Yeah, I imagine Zenoc might go for the no mod 4. They did do very well in other converts, so might not be a bad choice for him to go.
Yeah.
I'll also be curious to see if anyone picks Hard Rock.
Yeah, so far avoided. Nomad also somewhat avoided. They've mostly been focusing on their opponent's distinct weakness or their own distinct strength. But as you mentioned, it's time for them they have to move on to either the Nomads or the Hard Rocks. Now, Zenoc did pick that Nomad 3 earlier, so they could go for another Nomad convert, but that is a very different map. We could also opt for the Nomad 1, which is perhaps a more similar map to the Nomad 3 than the Nomad 4 is to the Nomad 3. We actually get Hard Rock 1 here.
Yeah, Hard Rock 1, the specific consistency.
Yeah. This will be interesting. I'm not too sure how either of these pairs will fare on this based off of how they've done on other picks in this match.
There really is a different skill set.
Hard Rock definitely a little closer to DT than Nomad with the higher AR, but the movement style will really be reminiscent of the Nomad 3 with those higher distance dashes and such. Would be what Zenoc is trying to play off of.
And for Zenoc as well, they can afford to maybe gamble here to get some information about Hard Rock, which is still kind of an unknown in terms of how each player will do at this stage. Both players managing to adjust so far to the higher approach rate and also not have too many issues going from the double time speed to back to normal catcher speed. And we do now see some early misses from both players. Zenoc getting him one miss there, both trading. Breezy getting another miss. It's going to be really even so far. That is another miss for Breezy though, and it's going to start to build a lead for Zenoc. As I say that, he does find misses here, and so this map is really just far from over. It's just going to come down to whoever can start to find their groove and find some combo. Oh, that's gonna be as it looked like it was about to be a lead for Zenoc. It just a few more misses, and still this map is extremely even. Another miss for Zenoc. It's gonna help build a little lead for Breezy, but this map is not clear. It is a lead for Breezy, but there is another miss for Zenoc, and that's going to start to build an actual lead here for Breezy. A lead where he can sustain a miss.
I forgot to unmute. I was wondering why you were talking over me.
Yeah, I was like, Roze is strangely quiet.
But yeah, Breezy with another miss there right at the end, and that's going to be another point for Breezy, and pretty decisively, as we're in this very slow section in the ending.
Yeah, I mean, this map was pretty close for most of it, but Breezy was
Absolutely.
able to really stabilize at the end, and I think if he's trying to decide his next pick, this might be the perfect ramp to go to his next pick here.
Yeah, and we see an immediate pick of that Hard Rock 3 by Breezy.
Yeah, I would say the Hard Rock 3 is definitely similar to Hard Rock 1 in some aspects, especially in terms of like the BPM and like some of these triples requiring some of the dash precision. So
yeah,
definitely a good follow-up. And here we go. An opportunity for Breezy to tie it up or for Zenoc to finally bring it to match point.
Early miss from Breezy coming out there, but there's a lot left. That's only the beginning slow section. As Indy mentioned a few picks ago, early misses like that are generally the least impactful because you don't lose out on that much combo.
Yeah, he's just building back up here, and any miss from Zenoc is going to bring it right back over to Breezy. And there it is, that miss from Zenoc. Unanswered by Breezy so far, and he's going to take back the lead for now.
into this Ki section with these triples. Breezy does drop and Zenoc holds. And it's going to be the score lead moving back over to Zenoc's side in a few moments.
Yes, indeed, and it's just going to really come down to who's going to be able to hold on, and Breezy does find another miss, and now it's going to start to build a substantial lead for Zenoc here.
Ooh, miss there on that slightly slower section. It's going to be pretty brutal. Being down 55,000 points and at no combo is a tough spot to be. Zenoc's been holding on really strong, and as I say that does break, but has built up a big score lead already. Doesn't have to worry too much as long as they start building up another combo from here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Breezy to take back too much score at this point. Oh, and that miss might start to really seal it here, especially with another miss. Even with Xenox's misses, Breezy's not at that max combo to really take full advantage, and it's going to be hard for him to really come back at this time unless Zenoc just continues finding misses. The map is starting to draw to close, and it's going to look like it's going to match point, with Zenoc being able to take back this break point.
Yeah, Breezy's on the ropes now, but he's been there before. So it's up to him to try to make something happen on Zenoc's next pick here. Do you have any ideas as to what Zenoc might be looking for in their next pick? Also, I want to point out that 3 miss score, very powerful. Player on this hard rock convert.
I believe Zenoc has won every convert so far, so you might as well go for something that's just been working for you the entire match, which is probably the Nomad 4.
Yeah, I see that working out. They'd go for Nomad 1 though, looking for more of that jump consistency that they had in the Nomad 3, but a little bit similar to the Hard Rock 1 in some ways, so I'm going to be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, we're finally going into the Nomad specifics, which are the highest star ratings, but usually the most simple for beginners to grasp, so this could be a very close map. Early misses from both players. I think maybe adjusting a little bit to the lower approach rate. Sometimes when you go from that higher to lower approach rate, it can feel a little weird to someone go into something more, feeling more reading intensive. It is a small lead for Zenoc though, and combos are relatively even, so it's just going to not be really anything substantial early on in this map.
Yeah, with a Nomad 1 like this, it really comes down to just long term who's a little more consistent. Breezy does go down first there, dropping their big combo a bit before Zenoc does. Zenoc does follow it up though with a miss of their own. So the score lead going to limit itself at around 30,000 points, but breezyisacat with an extra miss going to lose that extra combo they had been building up. With even combos and a 30,000 score lead, Zenoc's in a good spot through the first third of the map.
Yep, it is a long map, so there's definitely plenty of chances for Breezy. He just needs to hold on. Oh, but another miss from him, and Zenoc has not responded yet. More misses, and this is starting to become very dangerous for Breezy here. Zenoc is starting to really build themselves up here. The great combo, and with that miss from Breezy, it's starting to, well, there's that first miss, but it's gonna be hard for Breezy to gain too much combo from that, too much score.
Yeah, at this point, the score lead 97,000 right there would take a small miracle for Breezy. Needs tons of misses from Zenoc.
Granted, it's not impossible, especially with the nerves, but it's not looking good here.
Honey pointed out in chat, Zenoc is dashing every single pattern, even the walks. Does go down there, but built up enough of the score lead that they're going to hold on to the lead.
And that's the dagger with Breezy's miss. It's going to be Zenoc taking their own pick here. I don't think it's going to be quite 100,000 score lead, but it's going to be comfortable enough for them to secure their last point of the match here and be the victor. GG and well played to both players. Breezy is unfortunately eliminated from the tournament, and Zenoc will be moving on to face another potential opponent in the losers round.
Yeah, very well played by Breezy, putting up a good fight, but Zenoc just coming out of that a little bit stronger. Going to run away with the victory there, and that'll probably be it from us for now. Thanks so much for watching this match from Ro16's Beginner Brawl, and I do believe we will be seeing you next time.
Ciao.